Alright, so for our next game, we had to take a classic arcade game, so we took Space Invaders, and we iterated upon Space Invaders. So what we decided to do was we changed how the shield mechanic works. So it's not a static thing anymore, and the enemy lasers actually don't affect cities. However, they drop bombs periodically that do, and you need to catch them using your shield, right? So you catch them in each of those three locations, but if you don't catch it in an open spot, it destroys the old one that you had already in there. So it's kind of a tricky gamble where you have to get all three and then survive, and then it launches all the missiles off, does massive damage. Pretty cool. So the first 4 rows of this game are they shoot off lasers, whereas the last row, the red ones drop the bombs, and we decided to make those ones red to make that very obvious. So they are quite different. So every time you beat one level, you get this bonus. It asks you for a high score. We'll put in my name, and then that will update next time we go in. So refresh. So this updates, for the person playing the game, it updates once you refresh. However, we have a PHP script on the server that if you're playing this game and somebody gets a high score while you're playing, it will update it within 5 seconds using an AJAX call. So we were forced to use HTML5 in this project. So we used HTML5, JavaScript, and the Quintus game engine that we've found online. So it's pretty cool. I've used JavaScript before, so this was an easy step for us to make. The game is actually very enjoyable. It received really high praise from the professors, so I'm really happy with how we made Space Invaders, changed it into our own game, which is pretty cool. So one thing you may notice though is that the Space Invaders actually don't shoot until you shoot back. So it's kind of a fun play on people are given, they're given a gun and they see aliens and they assume that they have to kill them, whereas in reality, you don't have to in this game. If you want, you can let them come all the way down and special things happen. So on this program, I did the shooting mechanics, I did the alien AI, which albeit is pretty simple. I did the city mechanics, the shield mechanics. I did the UI. I didn't do the animations for the rockets or the sounds. I didn't mess with that stuff at all. But I did do the game mechanics in this game. I'm pretty proud with what we came up with. It was a pretty cool process. We had a playable game in about a week. And then we spent the next 2 weeks changing how the shield worked. So we had the shield initially, it just blocked things, it didn't shoot back. So it felt kind of like this, it was referred to as like this ball and chain, where you I have to pull this shield around. So we wanted to reward players for capturing missiles. And so we initially had it, you capture 3 missiles and it shoots off, but it doesn't matter where you catch them. And it was a little too easy, and people didn't really find the challenge in there quite as enjoyable as just like being a really skillful game. It's really high, it's pretty hard. We had a lot of people play it, they got addicted. Our professor refused to stop until he cleared 1 wave, which was pretty cool. Yeah, so this is one of the most recent games that I made, and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out.